as funny as that might sound, because back in the day, in the 50s and early 60s, when they were busing blacks to white schools and segregation was in effect, when black people had to sit in the back of the bus, none of those laws was implemented in California. That's why a lot of blacks from Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana all migrated to California in the 50s, because there was no segregation laws in California back then. So California's always been. What's up, my YouTube fam? Today is Friday, July 28th, 2019. A typical day at work for some people is great, and for some, a typical day at work can push you over the edge. And today, I had one of those days. Those who don't know, I'm in the construction business. And when you're working on big job sites, sometimes all you can do is use the porta potty. They have 10 to 15 out there at any given time to use. Now in Sacramento, California, to give you a little history of this town, it's been known as a racist town. Yes, here in California. As funny as that might sound, because back in the day, in the 50s and early 60s, when they were busing blacks to white schools and segregation was in effect, when black people had to sit in the back of the bus, none of those laws was implemented in California. That's why a lot of blacks from Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana all migrated to California in the 50s, because there was no segregation laws in California back then. So California has always been a really cool state. So when racism hits you in the face out here sometimes, it sucks. And growing up in Compton, it was always black on black love. Then finally I moved to Long Beach. I was introduced to white folks, and it was actually a nice, pleasant experience. The only people I had funk with in LA growing up was the Mexicans. Then when I moved to Sacramento years later, the Mexicans were cool out here, but then you dealt with racism from another perspective with white folks. I'll give you an example. I was 13 years old when I came to Sacramento, me and my mom and dad. My dad was deciding either to move to Sacramento or to Santa Barbara. Went to both cities to check them out. Well, we came to Sacramento, we drove all the way here. We stayed in a hotel, but never forget it, called the Sandman Inn, right off of Highway 5. And it was a summer day, and it was hot. I never knew Sacramento got so hot. It was like 112 degrees this day, right? Luckily, they had a pool at the Sandman Inn. So I got in the pool, and I found some other kids to play with. We were playing hide and go seek. We was playing Marco Polo in the pool, having a great time. And slowly but surely, the parents started paying attention to what we were doing, because we got kind of loud, right? And the looks on the faces of these parents, I would never forget it. Remember, I was only like 13 years old. One lady was like, "Oh my God, Johnny, no, don't touch him, Johnny, no. Get out the water, get out the water. It's time to go in." Another lady, a little girl I was playing with, "Sarah, no, Sarah, come on, get out the water." It was like 7 of us in the water playing Marco Polo. Within 3 minutes, all the white kids was forced to get out the water because their parents said so, and they bounced. So I'm up here playing in the water all by myself, and it hit me. I'm like, damn, everybody had to go in. So, it did not hit me. So I got out of the water, dried off, and went back to the hotel room, and I must have had a puzzled look on my face, because my mom said, "Boy, what happened?" Because parents know when something's wrong with their children. They go, "Mom, I was having a really good time playing Marco Polo in the pool, and all the kids was playing, and their parents made them get out the water and stop playing with me. Some even say, 'Don't touch them.'" And my mom said, "Mm-hmm." And she looked at my dad and said, "And you want to move to Sacramento?" I go, what's going on? She goes, let me guess, son. All of them kids was white, right? And I'm like, well, yeah. She says, son, Sacramento is a very racist town. And you don't want to understand that when you're a kid, but it's true. Years later, man, Sacramento has gotten better. It's a very diverse city, but there's pockets of hardcore racism that still exist in this city. Today at work, it's Friday. You feeling good, you working, getting ready for the weekend. And if you know me, on the job sites, I'm always happy-go-lucky, cracking jokes, making people feel laugh. I work with a bunch of great guys, right? And in this industry, unfortunately, in this area, you can probably count the black guys on 3 fingers at any given job site. We're just a rare commodity in this industry, right? So, unfortunately, depending what you ate the night before, sometimes you have to use those god for awful porta potties, restrooms to go to the bathrooms. So here I am today, going to the restroom, had to go take care of some business, and I'm sitting there, and there's graffiti everywhere inside these porta potties. Those that are in construction, or you've been to a porta potty like in a public park or something like that, you know what I'm talking about. People write the most disgusting things and draw the most disgusting pictures. You got guys drawing pictures of females, body parts and guys' body parts, saying all kind of racist slurs. And sometimes, it takes you back. I always says, you know what? You forget that you're black sometimes until you face racism and you realize, oh, that's right, I'm black. I'm not just a human being. You forget. And today we had one of those moments, man. These images I'm about to show you are truly disturbing. I took pictures while I was in that porta potty this morning of what I was reading as I was going to the bathroom. This is a warning. Now check this out. Yeah, man, that was my experience trying to go to the bathroom today. And when you walk outside the bathroom, you're washing your hands and drying off, you look around the job site and you realize, damn, there's only 2 black guys on this whole job site. And I'm telling you, there's probably close to like 200 people on this job site. And it makes you think different. And I'm going up and down the elevator, working on different floors today. My mind was kind of like just kind of jacked up. And when people get funky with you, you look at them like, hey man, are you being racist or are you just having a bad day? You got to check yourself. And this one white dude walked past me, man. He was doing like this. I go, hey man, what's up? He go, hey man, what's up? I go, man, what are you playing? He goes, man, I'm listening to James Brown. And I said, oh, what's up with that? He goes, hey man, today is Funk Friday. We almost jam out. We always jam. He goes, James Brown, one of my favorite artists, and he was bounce, bounce, boom, boom. I was like, oh shit, yeah, we was jamming. And we got in the elevator together, we was laughing, we was talking. And all in the same day of a couple of hours from going from reading that despicable information about African Americans to hanging out with a white dude, listening to James Brown, and grooving in the elevator. My whole point is, racism is prevalent still in this country. There's no getting around it. I don't care about our history's past. I mean, I acknowledge it, and everybody says it's better. In some cases it is, in some cases it might even be worse. We just don't have slaves no more, and that's the one difference. But racism is totally different now. You have it in the workplace, you have it in social media, you have it everywhere, and you got to pay close attention to when it hits you in the face. And sometimes it catches you off guard like it did with me today. And if I never would have went to the restroom, I never would have read that funky ass material. But dude, it had me kind of like bent out of shape. And then through the course of the day, I know a lot of white guys on this job site. They're all cool, and I didn't say anything about it. But run into some strangers who are totally cool, just change your whole perception. And my whole point is, man, this world is still worth saving. And I've always said, life's a bitch, and not always a fine one. And When you're having a bad day, dude, look for the signs of positivity and don't let it pull you in. Racism is a freaking disease. And if you let it, it can eat at your core. You know, dude, I still get pulled over by cops out here in Sacramento, and my L's are legit. You know, it's just the way it is. You can't have nothing nice. If it's after 2 o'clock in the morning, they just assume you just black and a drug seller and doing bad things, man. You know, it sucks sometimes, but it is what it is, and you can't let it get you down. I don't care how tough it is, because some of my brothers from another mother are white as can be, and I love those dudes, man. And you see on my channel, I bring people on all the time of diverse colors, and my friends, we all walk together in unification, no matter what race or creed you are. I try to love everybody. Don't let this stuff get you down. It is a disease and it is sickening. Let's all steadfast and be strong together and beat this thing called racism. Because, dude, it's real and it's stronger than ever. Peace. One love. Until next time. I love you all.